What they got going on up in here? Okay. Hello, hello, hello. What does he want? The son keeps messaging me. I'm gonna ask him I'm going fishing. Yeah, okay, I'm going fishing. I don't think so. Alrighty. Lock these doors. I'm too close to the steering wheel. There we go. There we go, got it. Okay. Alrighty. What's everybody doing tonight? You know, I do want to say this. I have met a couple of true friends on here who have been friends with me the whole time. And they love me no matter what. And they're on my Facebook and my other social media as well. Something one of them told me tonight just really warmed my heart and made me realize something. They have always looked out for my best interest, and if anyone says anything that she takes even the hint in the slightest that it's something sarcastic towards me, she does not go for that. And you know, that's what I've learned through all this process, is you have to demand respect for yourself. And once you have respect for yourself, you know, you won't settle less from everyone else. And I love her so much for her being there with me through all this and not turning her back on me ever. And her looking out for me the way she does. And I just want you to know I so appreciate you so much, hon. I do. I love you. I'd give anything if I could meet you one time and just give you the biggest hug ever. And I don't know, I'm progressing. I've come a long way. I'm not bragging. I'm being honest. I've changed my ways a lot. Therapy, counseling, that's been a huge blessing to me. But what she said, you know, she said that to me, said, you know, the ones who truly love you for who you are. And you know what? That right there sunk in, and I thought about that for the longest time tonight. And you know what? That's the truth. If someone likes you or cares for you as a friend, or a family even, they are not going to be swayed by others' opinions of you because they actually know you. I made friends who left me. They apparently were not my real friends if they were swayed that easily away from me and believed those things about me. And her telling me that tonight, that just resonated so many ways with me. And I can't get that out of my mind. I just can't. And it blew me away, and it's the truth. There's people on here that I don't agree with. People who question me, and they've not really been mean to me or, you know, believe the lies about me. But yet, we may not always agree on things. You know, there's a couple of creators, you know, who I've been here, God, I've been here for years. Other creators who've been here for years, you know, they will, and that's what I respect about them, the two I'm referring to. They don't talk about me bad or anything, but you know what? If they don't understand something I'm saying or something doesn't make sense the way I'm explaining it, they will not, what is that? I don't know what that was, seen eyeballs. They will not hesitate to be like, Millie, that does not make any sense, you know, or be like, Millie, you're acting out, you know. They'll tell me, you know what? I consider that a true friend as well, because people who I consider friends to let me know if I've got myself on here looking a fool or acting a fool, or if I'm doing something that I shouldn't be. I respect people for being honest. And we don't have to always agree on everything on here. We're not always going to have the same. I don't agree with a lot of people, even some of the things my friends, I don't know the things they do, but you know what? Grown-ups are going to not agree on everything. That's life. No one's ever going to agree on everything. Hell, people I've been watching on here since I started way back in 2015, 2016, somewhere back in there. I don't even remember when. It's been a long time. The people that are really good friends, that are pretty much family now, weren't even friends back then. They were enemies. And now, so you have to, I look at those situations like that where they started off as enemies. They were enemies. They didn't agree, they looked at one person like she was this or that, and went on what other people was telling them. But then they all took the time to get to know each other on a real level, and now they're family. I mean, legit family. They would be there in a heartbeat. They've met each other. They've had vacations together. They meet up. They talk on the phone, and now they would bend over backwards to be there for those people. So, you have to ask yourself this. You got to stop going by what other people want you to go by. If someone is wanting you not to be friends with someone just because they aren't, that's not a good enough reason. If someone is love bombing you a lot, there's a reason they're doing that. They're pulling you in to keep you in because they know you're seeing the truth. And the truth is out there. But better yet, just because you care about someone, you cannot go by their word about other people. You can't always do that because it's, God, that truck is bright. Wow. You can't always go by, you have to use your own. God gave us a brain for a reason. We have to have our own thoughts and opinions on things. We have to. That's what separates us from everyone else. Pull these windows down a little bit. It feels so good out here right now. And I don't owe anyone an explanation for anything in my life. I don't. I share certain things because I want to. I know now not to share what I can share and what is not appropriate to share. And now you have to protect yourself because not everyone has good intentions or good thoughts. But you know what? Certain things I don't mind sharing. If you ask me because you care and you just want to know out of concern, that's one thing. But if it's something coming at me being sarcastic, I don't have to answer you if I don't want to. It's that simple. But I will tell you this. Apparently my last video was not watched fully before the comments were left. That's apparent. I will say this. The job that I have now is not my dream job. I've never said it was a dream job. I like the job. I like the work. I like the patients that I deal with. I actually love it, what I do. I enjoy it. No, it's not a dream job. My dream job is working with pets, animals, or numbers. I'm really good with numbers. Always have been. I love being challenged with numbers. Math, algebra, all that was always my favorite. So that would be something about my dream job. Now, if I do finish my 2 years of college up, then go after my dream career, not job. But I still have that job that you're referring to. I'm just being moved to a different shift. That way I have time in the afternoon for doctor's appointments. And several of you have questioned me why I don't always have my teeth in. I'm having a really hard time with puking because of the top palate. It's so thick. So there's a couple of dentists that I've spoken with, and they said that there's a few things you can do to remedy that. So I went out and bought me a tool called the Dremel 200 and bought the accessory kit. And I have videos now I found also on how to horseshoe the palate so that if you do have a sensitive gag reflux, so that you can actually wear it. Well, I've got them now to where I can wear the tops for about 25 minutes before I start to gag. So I only have a little bit more left to do on the tops, and they will be perfect, and I should be able to wear those without gagging at all. The dentist told me not to use glue at all until the gag is completely gone. Because if I get the glue in there, and he said I will not be able to get them out, and I will just be puking like crazy. So that's the reason why I don't wear them all the time right now. I had them in for 25 minutes and then went to start talking. And when I started talking, I started puking after I talked for like 5 minutes. So there you have it. And also, I'm gonna probably go get another pair made off of my insurance as well. And I'm gonna have them. It's not gonna be the same place I went last time because they made them really thick. The top pallet's super thick. There's a screwdriver sticking out of this car's hood and a rope holding the hood to the wind mirror. The side view mirror. Ah. Alright, I'm gonna turn y'all around. I'll be right back. I gotta pick up a call-in order. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? My pretty little store. I'll be right back. I love this place. Y'all, living in a little country town is awesome. You just don't even know. People are so darn nice and friendly here, and I love it. I love it. I don't know why I didn't grow up here. I'd love to have grown up here. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. What do I do with that? Shit. Hold on, I gotta count my money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30, 50, 60, 90, 110, 130, 150. I just might. You gotta watch here because this place stays busy. Pull behind me, dude. There we go. You gotta be careful with these backup cameras because things are closer than they look in it down backup camera. One more little drive before I go back. What was that? Yeah, I love this little town, y'all. Going this weekend, though, and looking for a house. Gonna rent for 6 more months. Year tops, and then gonna draw the money out of our 401ks. And right now I got 2 sons living with me, and one of my son's girlfriends, she works for a veterinary clinic, and we're all gonna go in together. So I'm gotta get another bedroom and a bigger bedroom for my other son. So this weekend we're going looking. We've got like 3 different towns to choose from, because where we just started at when I started the live, that was one town. We went through the second town. Well, it's 4 towns. And then the little store was in the 3rd town that we just stopped at. So that was 3 towns we were in. Now we're going to end up in a 4th town. When I get to this other store, it'll be the 4th town. So there's a bunch of little bitty towns off of these towns also that we can find a home in. Everything's super close. 20-minute drive to each town, so that's not bad. 15 to that one, 17, then 20 to the other one. And then there's, as soon as you get down to the other town, the one where I started the live, there's a bunch of little towns off of there too, and the interstate's right there also. You can get on the BG Parkway and go anywhere you want to go to any of the towns. But I love it. I mean, I love it. I'd give anything if I grew up here and came here when I was 18, knew about this place. Because I'd have been here in a heartbeat. I ain't never been meant for no big old town. Ever. That was the thing. My big sister's a nurse and her husband's a radiologist. Well, my big sister's actually now a doctor. She went back and finished up hers. And now she's an actual doctor, but she was a nurse forever. She was a hospice nurse for a little while too, and I used to go with her. But they had big plans for me when I was a kid. Big plans for me when I lived with them. We would go to Sea Island, Georgia, and I didn't have to. They would put me in these classes there at the, I guess it's, what's it called, a country club, pretty much. I took etiquette classes every summer we went there. It was a week's worth of etiquette. And used to do that. They had me in gymnastics, tennis, swimming. I was I was on all the teams. I was good too, buddy. I was athletic as a kid. Really athletic. They had big plans for me. Just life didn't work out that way. Just did not. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm not unhappy. I have 4 beautiful children and all the grandbabies, that I could ask for that are just amazing. I don't get to see them enough because of the hours of work. And they live down in the next town. 4 towns down. Manchester, Lexington, Georgetown, Midway, five towns down. So I don't get to see them a whole lot. I must have been a cop in there. But life is what it is, One thing I do know for sure is cherish what you have while you have it. Because after losing Thomas, the way we lost him, I'll tell you this. Death is unexpected. It is tragic. And you cannot make up any of that missed time. And you can't make up things. You can't make up for it once they're gone. It's impossible. That truck has lights standing up on the back of it. Green lone lights. A little bitty 4x4 truck. That was crazy. I don't know what that was. Now this little town is cool. It really is. Passed 2 cars this whole ride. 2. But I tell you what, things are getting really good in my life right now again. I've got 2 of my sons living with me and 1 of the girlfriends. Positions, not my position, but positions, people are getting job promotions, changing their lives. Because of the promotion, they've changed everything back about their life again. They went back to being, to going back to church and to living the way of the Bible again like they did before. And I will tell you this, it's been pretty daggone amazing. Going and trying new things on the weekends, new restaurants, doing day trips. Just enjoying the little things when you can. So much is put off. When I had my kids at home and they were young, under 18, all of them, I never really did anything because I stayed at home with my kids. I wasn't the best mama, but I wasn't the worst mama either. I didn't have friends that drank, didn't party, didn't do drugs, didn't go out. Was never away from my kids when they were little. I never went away overnight. The first time I think I went away overnight from my kids was when I had my hysterectomy. I think that's the very first time I was ever away from them at night. Ever. But I tell you what, I love having my kids at home with me. I don't think I'll ever have a home where my children don't live with me, a couple of them. I really don't. And I love it. They both work, they both got plenty of money to do what they need to do, but it makes you feel good as a parent when your kids say they would love to go look for a bigger house and us all just to live together. If I ever hit the lottery, then I would buy an actual piece of land and I would put each of my children a home on that land with us. So I'd have all my kids and grandbabies there where I could just walk over to see them. And we'd all have each other there. That's my dream, is is to have us all living together in one area where we can walk to each other and have us a big garden. And I'm, of course, going to give me a pool. I will have a pool. And things for the kids, like make a big playground for the kids, the grandbabies. That's my dream. Have a pond so we can all go fishing on it. That's a dream. Now, if I had knew the things I knew that I know now in my life, if I had these things back when I was 18, 19, I probably would have accomplished those goals already and dreams. I didn't know shit about credit. I didn't know nothing. My mom never worked. She was on disability her whole life. My papa is the only one. He worked his entire life. He worked for Jim Beam. He retired from there. My mama was a stay-at-home mom and grandma. Mama. Papa told her she never had to work a day in her life, and she never did. She never worked ever. But her family from Hazard, Kentucky, where we're from, down the first general store there at the mines. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. 5-0, buddy, 5-0. Three, four. Alright. Shit, I knew I was gonna do that again. Alright, come on, y'all. Is that the cute top? We're getting ready to see. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Come on, dude. I'm probably going to turn you around for a minute. And I still got to drop. It says my door's open. Yep. What did I do with that? Probably going to turn the camera around and drive back so y'all can see some of the cool stuff I get to see. What is that sound? It was loud. Boo-choo-boo-choo-boo. I took my son to the bank today because he had to get a new ID. His expired. He couldn't cash his check today or open his bank account. He was wanting to open a bank account, that's what he was wanting to do, but nothing worked out the way it was supposed to today. So I had to leave work early and go get him from work. They gave him time off to get it done. And had to let me change my mileage. We had paid for him an ID already. We ordered it last month. Well, apparently it expired 3 days ago, so they shredded it because it got sent back. And you know, they wouldn't even give us our damn money back or put it towards the new ID. That house is for sale now too. Sorry, y'all, I've been keeping up with all the houses for sale just in case we go ahead and try to now. You know, here in Kentucky, that made me really mad, and I told that dude down there today at the transportation place where they give the driver's license. I told him, I said, that's not right that you all do that. In Frankfurt, we had to drive all the way to Frankfurt because they told us that his ID was there. It got returned to sender. So they told us to come get it. So we went to go get it. We drove all the way down there, an hour there, an hour back. We get down there, oh, well, we had to shred it because it was returned to us. I said, whoa, what do you mean you had to shred it? Yeah, if they're returned to us, we shred them. I said, but you never even called us or sent us any letters or nothing letting us know that it had been returned so we could pick it up. Oh, well, when it's returned through UPS, we have to shred it immediately. I said, okay, so that means this is free. You just have to give us a new ID then, right? Since you got our money, $15, and we didn't get the ID. And he's like, no, you've got to pay for it. Once it's been shredded, you lose your money. I'm like, but you all don't even have to give a call or anything. He's like, no. I was like, but how is that fair? That's like you all get free money. Whoa, something just ran across the road. I knew I should have turned it all around. What the hell was that? Oh, I can't see over where it's dark. It looked like a coyote. But yeah, so if you live in Kentucky and you need an ID or a driver's license, and they have to give you that temporary paper one, and then they mail you the hard copy. If yours gets returned to sender for any reason, they shred it and you don't get your money back. And let me tell you something, that real ID is like $80 if you pay for the big one. The smaller one for like 40 or something like that's like 47. But yeah, if you pay for those and they're returned to sender, that's a lot of money just to be out of. I couldn't believe it when he told me that today. What was his name? Devin? I think his name was Devin. But yeah, I was pissed. I said, so you all are making a killing. I said, because if you say that was $15 just for the ID being returned. Oh, so the real IDs, if you do like the 4-year, 3 or 4 year, however many years it is, when it's like 40 some bucks, 47 I think it said. And because I looked at the prices before I left to see what kind of money they were making off doing that. And then like the 8-year one's like 80 some bucks. Yeah, they're making a killing. They can make anywhere from $100 a day to a couple thousand a day by doing that, by keeping the money and shredding the ID. Slow down, dude. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, it blew me away that and he said they'll have to call you if it's returned. I'm like, but that's people's hard-earned money. $15 is $15. And not including the drive. I have to drive an hour down there just to get it. And then I got to turn my AC on, I'm burning up. The hour drive down there, so that was, half a tank of gas to drive down there and then half the tank to drive back. So that, that money adds up, and that's time. 2 hours out of my time. So hopefully this one doesn't get returned to sender somehow. I don't know how I got returned to sender in the first place, because I got mine. Because my driver's license was getting ready to expire. This coming up here in January. So when I took him down there to get his ID, I went ahead and just got mine too. At the same time. Well, I got mine like a week ago. He never got his. So we don't know why. Yeah, but I'm telling you now, that's crappy. I've never heard of no such thing. Where's that a cop sitting down around the edge? I'm gonna turn y'all around because y'all are missing a lot that I'm seeing. Pretty sure that was a coyote that ran past. It was a good sized animal. And it was fast. I gotta grab my Grubhub bag and put it in here, one of my Grubhub bags, to keep my lunches cold at night now. But I get the one to keep the foods cold and the one to keep the foods hot. For my lunch tonight, I got a cup of fruit, I got a salad, and then I got a dessert, strawberry delight dessert. It's strawberries, Cool Whip, some kind of a cake mixed with pineapples, and it's all mixed together with strawberry gel. Oh, it's so good. So good. I love it. We bought a Bear pepper spray gun to have down here when we're at his work. It's one of them that's the high power one. That way, even if you're close, you don't have to be as close. Like, I think it's like 12 feet away is the dimensions of how far you can be, but it's high power. So if we ever have to use it, it'll shoot at a good distance to keep a bear away. Because they said they've had bears just wander in the building before down here. Because if the temperature is above 72 degrees, you can leave all the doors open. If the temperature is below, below 72, you gotta close all the doors. And then our mine is right behind it, where they dig for our minerals and stuff to make our bricks. And they said bears, plus the pond is right there too. They said bears are drawn to that because it's the back side of Red River Gorge. That's what it is. Bears, snakes, cats, coyotes, you name it, they're there. Big old spiders. There's one beetle insect that's weird looking. It's huge. God, it's a huge that they get down there all the time. Okay, this is another town right here. So we started out at Bear in Mount Sterling. Now that we're in another town. And then when we get down here to the turnoff, we'll be in a different town. So many different towns here. Excuse me. That house is empty again. It's been empty twice so far this past year. We said though, when the people we seen moving in it moved in it, we didn't think they'd be there long. Right. Alright, AC, you gotta go off. Code. Alright, I'm back, y'all. Sorry. I had a phone call come in. The cat, that beautiful Maine Coon looking cat that I was feeding down here, well, I finally got it to where I could pick it up. And, okay, we're in another town now. We made the turn. So that's 1, 2, 3 towns so far we've been in. Just this drive. The one I was feeding, I don't know if y'all got the video I put up. I'm pretty sure I put the video up. Well, I had a lady who rescues cats. She came and got it because it let me pick it up finally, and I put it in my big old crate. I brought my crate with me, and I've been feeding it every night. And as soon as we found that one a home, now there's a new one that's actually staying inside the factory, and it won't come out when anybody else is there. That's what he was just calling me to tell me. That the cat just came out when another dude pulled out and left work. And I already had bought it food tonight, and I've already got the bow out with food and fresh water in it. We bought it bottled water. He said, you're not gonna believe this. He said, as soon as he pulled out, said the cat came out. I said, well, he don't like him for some reason. That dude might not be nice to him then. Because every time we come in under, this cat now comes out. It's been there a week now since I found the other cat at home. So I've been feeding this one and watering it. I'm going to try to find someone to take this one to I'm going to get it to where I can pick it up, and then I'm going to put it in that crate once I found it a home and take it to its home. But it meows at me and everything. I'll be petting it and holding it here probably about another week, I'd say. It'll take about another week to get it full dressed. And then at home, I got that male cat outside. That's why I went and had my females fixed. Because that male cat that's been there for probably about 6 we all shelter it and water it and look out for it. But when I move, they all know there that I'm taking it with someone in my house with me. I've done let it in a couple of times, and it does okay. They'll be like, that's the neighborhood cat. It will not let you pet it. It will not let you come in your house. I end up with every one of those cats in my house. Never fails. Alright. We are now about a minute away from the 4th town. And I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I'm taking up enough of y'all's time just yabbering and yabbering about nothing. If you have a reason that person gave you not to trust them, then fine. I understand that. But if that person's never gave you a reason to not like them, something they've never done to you, just off hearsay, give that person a shot. You never know. You never know. Y'all might just be good friends after all. I wouldn't trade the friends I have now for nothing in the world that I've made on here. Anyways, I gotta go. I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll be seeing y'all for sure once I get my dentures done, where I can talk with them in my mouth without puking. I'll start having them on where y'all can see. Second pair made off my insurance also. Hopefully they'll be thinner. The dentist explained why, sometimes they cause people to gag and puke more. So, anyways, I gotta go. Much love, y'all. Y'all take care. Bye now.